A powerful earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 7.3 struck southern Japan. Widespread damages have been reported from Mashiki town. At least 19 persons have been killed while hundreds of people were trapped beneath flattened homes. Heat wave conditions continue to sweep Odisha and Telangana, with mercury crossing the 45 degrees mark at some places. Telangana government has advanced summer vacation for schools by 1 week due to continuing heat. The state government has also put in place contingency plans to tackle drinking water shortage. G20 nations, including India, call for tackling tax evasion, terrorist financing and money laundering. Addressing the G20 finance ministers meeting in Washington, D.C., Finance Minister Arun Jaitley called for need for an effective and tangible policy and global response to revive the trade engine of the global economy. He also emphasized that countries must avoid trade protectionist measures and refrain from competitive devaluations. Ministry of External Affairs has suspended industrialist Vijay Mallya's diplomatic passport for 4 weeks. MEA has given 1 week's time to Mallya to respond as to why his passport should not be impounded and revoked. Meanwhile, Enforcement Directorate has sought non-bailable warrant against Mallya in connection with IDBI loan fraud case. President Pranab Mukherjee today inaugurated a special session of retreat of judges at National Judiciary Academy in Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. President said that accessibility, affordability and quickness should be the 3 essential elements of judiciary. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj will leave on a 2-day visit to Iran with an aim to step up engagement in a range of areas including oil and trade. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj said that she will be going to Moscow. In a tweet, Sushma Swaraj stated that the final investigation report into Russian Medical College fire tragedy in which India lost Pooja Kalur and Karishma Bhosle is on her agenda. Petrol prices were slashed by 74 paise per litre while diesel became cheaper by rupee 130 paise per litre from midnight last night. A litre of petrol now will cost rupees 61.13 while diesel will cost rupees 48.01 per litre in Delhi. Second phase of odd-even scheme for private four-wheelers in Delhi started on Friday with mostly odd-numbered cars indicating high compliance. In all, 1,311 challans were issued against violators, which showed that there would be stricter enforcement during the 16-day phase 2 of the road rationing measure. By contrast, 294 challans were issued on the first day of the January trial. Last rites of Major Amit Deshwal were performed at his ancestral residence in Jhajjar. Amit Deshwal made supreme sacrifice in the duty of the nation while fighting militants in Manipur. 11 of a family, among them 5 women and children, were killed when a jeep and a dumper collided head-on in Madhya Pradesh's Ujjain district. The accident occurred on Ujjain-Agar Malwa Road near Palwa village. All the 11 were killed on the spot while one person was left seriously injured. Brazil's Supreme Court has rejected a government injunction aimed at preventing an impeachment vote against President Dilma Rousseff. The Supreme Court made its decision in an extraordinary session. The World Health Organization on Friday endorsed the world's first ever vaccine for dengue fever, known as Dengvaxia. The vaccine is the product of 2 decades of research by French-based Sanofi Pasteur. The Strategic Advisory Group of experts on immunization advised that countries with high dengue transmission should consider introduction of the dengue vaccine. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry has condemned a close encounter between Russian fighter jets and a U.S. Navy destroyer, saying his nation's military could have opened fire under the rules of engagement. Kerry described Russia's action as reckless and provocative. The Indian hockey team thumped host Malaysia 6-1 to enter the final of the Sultan Azlan Shah Cup. The 5-time champions will face Australia in the summit clash.